Hello, and welcome to the Dahlia World Gardens presentation of Seattle at Dawn, a Mage the Ascension chronicle. I am our storyteller, Tim Dahlia. Thank you for joining us tonight. If you like our show and you want more, you can catch all of our magical shenanigans on our YouTube playlist. And while you're here, go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel. We would greatly appreciate it. I oftentimes start these videos with some excerpt from the past from some Mage book, and today is no different. And in the past, we have spoken of consequences and how there are no free rides. And with that comes another small p paradox of a magely truth. If you risk nothing, you gain nothing. Unless you play chicken with paradox, you cannot unlock your true potential. Being too safe gets you nothing. A mage must dare to do as they wills. And that daring demands pride. Don't get too proud, folks will tell you. Pride has been called the sin that goeth before a fall. The Nefandi, who proudly wear their tag, the fallen, will tell you that pride is the ultimate source of accomplishment. And here's the truth. They're right. Without a certain sense that you are better than the average person, a feeling that the things you do should matter, you cannot do magic or create change. The Latin root of pride means advantageous. By being awakened, you have an advantage. In order to use it, you must be willing to use it. You have to see yourself as smart enough, brave enough, knowledgeable, and wise enough, just plain good enough, to be worthy of the advantage life has given you, and of the advantages you make in life. Magic is the key to your universe, and if and when you believe you are worthy of it, your pride can open doors most folks don't even see. You must be proud to be a mage. Joining us now are some who may just be starting to grasp this truth. And in order of introductions, we'll start with Billie.
Hey, I'm Billie. I use they, them, and she, her pronouns. I play Charlie Newell. Charlie's a Verbena mage, mushroom wizard. Wow, yeah, we're heading into some chaos. We're about to just take care of some business that we've been needing to take care of for a long time, and Charlie's really excited.
All right, moving on. Next is going to be Cindy.
Hi, I'm Cindy. I use she, her pronouns, and I play Inea Blackwell. Nay is also extremely excited to kick some ass and not bother taking names. She's very done with the home guard bullshit. We're done.
Understood. Up next, Alix.
It's me. My name is Alix. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm playing Jezebel Spinner. Jezzy has just about had it up to here, so looking forward to getting some things done today.
Excellent. Joining us, relative newbie, Scott.
I'm Scott. I go by he, him pronouns. I play Carl Weatherman. Luckily, the pain of the fire isn't as bad as it was. I've come with this pretty awesome group, and we're gonna see what the deal is with some owls who decided to mess with me. Yeah, and I'm ready to get into it.
Yes. And even newer newbie, Wim.
Hi, I'm Wim. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Vesper Wants. It's their first big solo mission for the Technocratic Union, and it's going all right. Could be better, could be a less hostile environment, both inside and out, but we're getting there.
Getting there. That is how things are sometimes. Getting there. Well, Carl and Vesper escaped Calhoun's bar from a trap intended for the Night Hunters. In their search, they found the bar abandoned. A hidden room covered with vile propaganda was wired with explosives. Upon its discovery, the pre-recorded voice of Ned Calhoun taunted you as fire erupted from a series of connected barrels. Had it not been for Vesper's use of a time effect, Carl would have met his end. Vesper, you can feel your TDS ratings slip away with each passing moment. With lives on the line and the prospect of future retaliation, the five of you have decided to find the abducted Jennifer and Animus Vox together. Jesse and Charlie used the animated puppet Rap-E Rags as a guide to find the mind of his puppeteer. In the ritual, Charlie intuitively fed Jesse the pale mushrooms growing from his scalp, adding an important bond between them for this working. Jesse entered the mind of Animus, able to see his surroundings. Combined with Inea's digital sleuthing, you were able to deduce Animus's location. You set off to the Hillman Home Church in Inea's recovered Forester. We went over some prep last time, but Wim was not present, so I'll give you each an opportunity for an additional set of preparations before you arrive at the church.
And I'd like to call in to try and get the Technocratic Union to quarantine off the area.
Okay. Yeah. You don't need to do any type of like call or anything. You can text a lot of this. You basically requisition a preemptive cleanup crew, a CCC, and they're aware of your activities. Your report about Calhoun's bar has elevated the DFT or DTFT, sorry, from 4 to 5, which is basically changing from a target of opportunity to a designated target, and also has elevated from the AFET from 3 to your discretion of 4, which would be significant force to lethal force. Is there anything else you were looking to have set up?
I think that's it for me.
Okay. Anything else from any of the other mages as you are in the vehicle?
Did I have it on record that I have drugs?
Always.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
I even remember you actually saying that,
I
specifically
do remember
saying
it, but I also assumed.
yeah. Another fair assumption with Inea is that she has her taser with her, and also a replacement but not enchanted belt knife.
Okay. Absolutely. Where is
Charlie is armed and has his thick skin cast.
Okay. Yeah, some basic
Prep spells.
prep spells, yes. Same for Inea or Jesse. Well, Jesse has some. You have mental things that you could set up.
Yeah, actually, I would like to do a block thingy.
Okay.
Just in case that lady decides to screech at me again, or another lady
that
decides
lady's
to screech
dead.
at me again. Yeah, because she's dead.
Yeah, we deaded her. She is unalived.
That being said, you absolutely can. Let's see if I'm trying to remember. You've got
I
the
don't know that
voice
I
chat
have- we do
wrote.
have the voice chat. Should we? Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should.
Okay, I'm double checking my rotes before I say this, and
Of course.
Mm,
While you're looking through those, did you bring along Rap?
I'm pretty sure he went back in his case and came with us. At least that's what I had in my head.
Yeah, we brought him with us just in case.
Okay. And did you stuff him back in his case? Or are you bringing him along for the ride?
Oh, he's definitely in his case.
Okay. He went back to the case with, no real big fuss. Seems his lot in life.
Before we leave the car, I would like to hit everybody with a spirit shield.
Okay.
And I think I am gonna do the voice chat.
Okay.
Yeah, and I want to see what's going on for I think one of my rotes is I can see what's going on for like a city block.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. When we get closer there, we'll address that.
Gotcha.
With Jezebel, yeah. You can roll your Arete plus Mind. The difficulty is 3. You're looking for 8 successes with the additional 2 people here.
Okay. 8 successes.
Yeah.
That would mean the
So-
DP mod is 3, right?
DP mod is 3, and you can always spend willpower for automatic success.
Okay. And the difficulty is also 3, correct?
The difficulty is 3 and cannot go any lower.
Right. Oh no. Oh, okay. Woo. Okay, I'll have to
That's
keep
4.
doing it.
That's fine. Like I said, you can maintain concentration on that, and this is something that you're doing in preparation, so there's time. Go ahead and roll again.
Yeah. Don't mind if I do. And I will spend a willpower.
Okay, so that's 5 successes.
Much
With an
better.
additional 5, so total 10 successes. Absolutely. It's unnerving for both Carl and Vesper, but you now can hear and direct thoughts at one another, so long as you're in the same visual space. And how do you inform them of this, Jezzy?
I say, hold on to your butts, and then I go, meow, like that, and I make that noise. And then as soon as the effect takes hold, I'm like, yes, we're good, y'all. Nobody can scream at us now.
This also grants you basically a +2 to the difficulty of anybody trying to do mental whackery on you at this point, because of the 10 successes.
Yes.
I will actually make that note, because I should have notes.
Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. Okay, why does that say?
Okay, +2 versus mental fuckery. Got it. And Inea, you were also casting something.
Yes, spirit shield for everybody.
All right. How's that rote work for you? I'm sure you know.
Okay, so it's Arete and Spirit in my case.
Mm-hmm.
I have a required successes of 2. I'm not entirely sure how this works for working with a group.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So 2 successes would be for just yourself. If you're looking to grab others, this would... Each additional success over 2 would add 2 people. So you would want 4 successes for this.
To get everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. My DP mod is 3 for my spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And my difficulty is 5.
Yep.
Is that correct? Okay.
Yes.
And I have 4 successes.
There you go. Okay, so each of you feel a kind of a tingle. And those of you with spirit vision can kind of see that you have a gossamer barrier that seemingly may assist against spiritual attacks. Also with +1 to those.
Physical attacks. Spirit shield
Yeah.
is physical attacks.
Yeah. Sorry.
I had to double check to make sure I'd actually used the correct title and hadn't told you the wrong spell.
Yeah. No, I see. Brilliant. Okay, so Inea does a... What does Inea do? I mean, I know this uses chant, so do you, like, sing in the car on the way?
Helps if I unmute myself.
Mm.
Actually, probably what she did is when we all kind of pile out of the car, she'll have kind of walked among the group.
Okay.
And either reached toward, without touching, because touch is not a requirement, but reaching out toward each person and some kind of a chant underneath her breath. She won't have said it out loud because there's some people here she doesn't know. But also, as she was moving around, she's got in her other hand, wrapped around a fistful of cornmeal and tobacco, which is just sort of dribbling out of her hand as she moves.
Okay. Alrighty. Anything else anybody wanted to do?
Whenever we get closer, I want to, I think I have like 10 data fights, right?
You would, yeah.
Okay. I want to have a couple do specific actions. Like, I want to cut off communications, and I want to stop any, like if they have cameras in there, and another one would actually scout ahead and see if they can find the people that we're looking for.
Okay. Alrighty. As you're driving, I'm assuming Inea is driving? Do you have a hands-free, or are you get your cell phone just...
Oh, absolutely hands-free.
Okay. Your phone does
Well,
ring
Bluetooth
while
in
you're
the
driving.
ear. Okay. Hello?
Hey, Inea, it's me. You know, Teki Pesci.
Oh, that was a really bad time. What?
Oh, yeah,
what?
you know,
what?
I'm sorry. I just found your number, and I thought, hey, you know, I'm trying my best not to be such a scum-dribbing, you know, piss nozzle. So, you know, I figured I'd, you know, call you up and see how's it's going.
That's an extremely complicated response that will require more time than we have. But do me a favor.
Anything.
I would really appreciate this new good guy routine you've got going here. If you could start causing some digital trouble for a group, anybody who is a member of the group, the Home Guard.
Home Guard.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you take a look at my website, you're going to see
Yeah.
a blog post, real recent. They are some real shit nozzles.
Oh shit. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I have no problem fucking with their lives. But I just want to make sure that that no was still no, because I would really love you to reconsider my offer. Charlie and Jezzy too, because you guys really can throw down.
Yeah, at least for the time being, no is still no.
Shit. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, okay.
Sorry, buddy.
I'll throw a few demons in their way. Sure, why not?
I would really appreciate it. You have made my evening.
All right. Well, remember, eternal glory awaits you in the hexagon.
Right. You go ahead and hold that thought.
All right.
Hey, I gotta let you go, but appreciate your help, and I'll talk to you later.
All right. You guys have fun storming the castle.
You have no idea how right you are. And I hang up.
He's used to that.
And then I cackle. That was Techie Pesci.
Techie Pesci?
And he is going to
What did that asshole want?
He claims to be turning over a new leaf. I don't know. Grain of salt with that dude. You know him. Well, two of you do. The other two of you are much more blessed than the rest of us.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, but that said, he wanted to see if we had changed our minds about joining his little gladiator ring. I told him we had not. And then as you probably heard, I sicked him on the Home Guard.
I mean, well, good.
I also sent him my blog post, so hopefully he'll give that a boost or 3.
Yeah. All right. So the Forester pulls onto the street leading to the church. How do you guys want to approach?
From behind, if possible.
Okay.
Is it the type of church that would have, like, skylights?
So this being night, I mean it does, I think, has plenty of windows. The Hillman Home Church looks like a poor man's attempt at building a Gothic cathedral. There's an attempt at pointed archways and flying buttresses, but the proportions are off. Even to an untrained eye, it doesn't quite look right. It certainly isn't as grandiose as the cathedrals that inspired it. Seemingly built over 5 decades ago, it is in an extreme state of disrepair. The north facade is almost completely collapsed, and several of these stone decorations are busted and cracked. And many of the grotesques that haunt the perches and different plinths in this space are owl themed for one reason or another. The the west facade, which is the front of the church, has a sign. But you guys aren't at the front. You're approaching from the rear. So, you can see that there is. Well, let's see. You guys were going to do some surveillance, I believe. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to send at least one to. I want a number of people. I would like to find out where the hostages are being held and to cripple communications.
Okay, so hang on just a second here.
Mhm.
Let's coordinate a little bit because I think you and I are at risk of stepping on each other's toes here.
Okay.
I have a few little literal glitches that I can send in to wreak havoc on electrical systems.
Okay.
But they probably won't tell me very much about what's going on inside the building because they're a little on the chaotic side.
Got you. Well, I have a jazzy drive that has these little creatures that can go in and destroy and eat the technology.
Okay.
They eat spirit, and they can do some reconnaissance for me. So if you want to mess up the electronics, I can actually send a couple out to search and find our people.
Okay. Yeah, let's split it that way, I think, because I don't have quite as fine a control over what I've got going as it sounds like you have with yours. So
Okay.
I'm going to scoot off kind of off to the side where I can still see the building, but am not immediately necessarily visible from the building. And I'm going to start pulling batteries out.
Okay.
9 volts and double A's.
Okay.
And I'm going to call out to the little electronic spider dudes. I forgot what they're called.
The pattern spiders, pattern web.
That's
Yeah.
them. The pattern web. Glitch's little buddies.
Okay. While you're doing that, Vesper, you were looking around. But what's your casing methods here?
On the point of scouting, I was gonna try and get onto the roof, and then because it's dark, if they're looking up through the skylight, they probably won't see me as easily. Or if I can kind of like dangle myself and kind of look through, like the stained glass, and do
You wanna
reconnaissance
try
that
and-
way
You want to try and scale to the roof of the church.
with my grappling hook,
Okay.
preferably.
Okay.
I'll convey that to everybody, whether they would think that's a terrible idea if they're doing reconnaissance the other way first. But it's like, hey, I'm gonna go on the roof and have a look around, unless you guys had a different idea of how to find everyone.
Why don't we hold that in reserve just in case one of us has a bad connection and we don't get what we were looking for?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That, and if you're out of my eye line, I can't protect you mentally.
Okay. Then I will wait at a position where I'm within your view and can assist.
Okay. Excellent. Charlie. Specifically you. Give me a perception and awareness. Difficulty 5.
Perception and awareness.
Beautiful. 4 successes. Doesn't even require that many. You feel nauseous looking at this building, there is, even for you, some crazy space fuckery going on in this place.
Okay, yeah, something's not right here.
Seems to be. Yeah, you can sense that there is some sort of barrier that is that makes the inside different than the local space outside. And if you, when you try to peer in and reach and you use your magical senses, it doesn't make sense.
This place, okay. It's like this place is a freaking TARDIS. There's something going on where the inside and the outside don't match up. It doesn't feel right when I like reach into the space. Yes, we need to be really careful going in and like make sure that I would say we might not want to go in separately because we may not end up going to the same places.
Oh,
I think I gotta agree with that anyway, just because of what happened before at the bar. I don't know that I want. I don't know if it would be safe for us to separate.
Yeah, wise.
What?
So for the outside of this building, as you guys have approached and you guys have tried to maintain a lower profile, I will want each of you, and I'll roll for you, Scott, a dexterity and stealth.
What's the difficulty?
We'll keep it at 6.
Okay.
Okay.
Sneaky.
All of you have done really well here, except for Carl. But I'd say with the multitudes of 10s as a group roll, not bad. Absolutely,
Okay.
like ninjas.
Woohoo!
Able to use the darkness to your advantages, and I know we're talking about owls, so they normally can see in the dark, but you do so quietly without any disturbances. Since you're coming along the south side of the building, if you imagine like a Gothic cathedral is usually in the shape of a cross. The long section of the cross is like the foot, and that's the west side. That's the opening of this building. The north side is mostly collapsed. And then the south side, that facade has an entrance as well. You have able to, with your stealth and coordination, been able to get eyes on both entrances. And you can see posted up at each entrance is 2 apparently sleeper guards.
Spirit sight doesn't show any owl riders.
You do not see that. The auras that you can read are mundane.
Okay.
looking through my cell phone, do I see anything?
Give me. I'm gonna have you roll a a check here. So we're going to roll some perception plus awareness. I think we called that looky loo. Here we go. Looking around with your cell phone as like the focal and trying to kind of gauge things, you don't see any abnormal spiritual stuff, nothing technological. And that's concerning that there's no technology that you can see.
I'm not seeing any technology through.
Like no power lines, nothing. It looks like the building is dead.
Do we see like any power lines outside? Just looking around, do we see power lines that go to the actual building?
Yeah, you do. You see the neighborhood. You see lights that are on. You see the traveling of the spirits that keep that technology functional and working. But none of it seems to be funneling into this church.
Well, I definitely let the group know something is. Charlie must have hit the nail on the head, because there are power lines going to this place, and I picking up no power, no energy whatsoever, no electronics. Something is definitely up.
Okay, Inea is trying to think back to interactions with the home. So first of all, we know Ned Calhoun has a cell phone that he uses because he sent us pictures using it. So they are not complete Luddites. But like at the demonstration that Nay was at, did she see obvious members of the Home Guard using phones and seeming really comfortable with standard technology for the time?
Yeah, nobody seemed to be they didn't seem to be in the Stone Ages or anything like that. They were using modern equipment, relatively. I mean, the speakers were probably like 10 years old or whatever, but
Right. And the bar, correct me if I'm wrong, had a website. Probably still has a website, even though it no longer exists.
it had a very basic Facebook type of presence. Nothing.
Like with a Yelp menu.
Yeah, they didn't really have like. It didn't look like it was in any. There wasn't a whole lot of upkeep.
So chances are, I think you guys are onto something then, because we've seen them using at least base modern technology. They might be 5 to 10 years behind, but we've seen them using it. So whatever, Charlie, it is that you have picked up on is probably masking what you and I are looking for.
Should go through with the peek through a window from the roof strategy then? Be able to at least look into it a little bit.
I hesitate to have anybody touch that building without us understanding what it is that we are walking into. That's my concern.
Yeah, I'm definitely with May on that, because I'm concerned that this is yet another trap, and that they're just using these guards, sleeper guards outside in order to make it look more realistic.
Well, and the other thing is that they may be sacrificial lambs the way that the bar was.
Right, and I'm thinking like this could very easily be a, you touch it, you fall into it kind of trap,
Well, like, yeah, it's a trap for sure. Like, you don't send like, "Hey, I'm over here," without
right
something prepared.
Let Carl and I sit down and do our thing and see if we get any results, because you're right, we might not be able to, especially with whatever the hell is going on with this barrier mask thing.
Right.
If we can't, then I think we should all get closer and maybe get right up in the shadow of the building before you do your looking. I'm not against you looking. I just don't. I am not into the sacrificial lamb thing. Like that is not my thing.
Is
Same.
there another way that somebody could like physically look in there? I don't know what kind of like technology you guys have, if you have like a drone or something like that, or
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna send a data fight over and see if we can locate and find out how many people are inside and stuff. So
Yeah,
I can set
absolutely.
something up for that.
So
And then
yeah, for your
while he's
ahead.
doing that, I'm going to do my thing with the spider.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll have Carl. We'll roll some arete here.
I want to make sure that I only send out like 2 or 3,
Okay.
and I want them to not consume anything, just gather information.
Okay. Let's see. Summoning. Okay. Yeah. Difficulty 6. 3 successes. Excellent. It almost looks like a special effect from like a sci-fi show, but Carl takes the device that he has and he points it at the ground, and a beam of light shoots out, and you see 3 8-inch silver discs manifest in the air and grow crab-like legs, 4 for each of them. And Carl, you hear,
Where are we going? What are we eating?
Apparently
You hear the
not.
disconnected die.
I
They just come
accidentally
out
did
and
that.
pull it.
I'm so sorry. Things are coming back.
The data fights are a little too good.
Yeah. They knocked the whole
Apparently-
world out.
that's it. All of a sudden, the world
Realize
disappears.
we do it for real.
Apparently, that hotkey does something in Discord that I was not expecting. Okay.
Oh, wow.
This must be better now. Hey, where are we going? What are we eating? We're not hungry, Carl.
No eating today. I will promise I will feed you just a little bit later, but right now I just need intel. I need information. So no consuming.
No.
They skitter off towards the church.
Hopefully they should be back pretty soon.
Also, let me make sure I add that paradox to Carl, because that is vulgar as fuck, as they say. Okay.
Whenever the data fights go to the building, and I guess they pass whatever barrier or whatever it is, do we see anything from them passing in?
No.
No.
Do we continue to see them? At least until they hit the wall and go through.
So are you sending them into the building, or are you sending them to survey outside?
I'm into the building.
Okay. They do have the ability to phase through matter. If you're watching them, they head to the building on the south side, and they kind of split up and they start crawling the wall. And as they start trying to sink in to enter the building, they are repulsed back. And they land on the ground, and they try it a couple times before they give up, and they consider, and they just crawl back to you.
They just crawl back to me.
They crawl back.
What happened?
We can't enter. Not allowed. Not space. Not proper. Not proper. We are not allowed.
So you're not allowed in. Okay. At the very least, scout the grounds.
They then go scouting out. They come back relatively quickly. You can see on your display, they walked by a sign at the front that read, "Our Hillman Home Church has moved to a new, more modern facility. We thank the Lord Jesus for blessing us with such a beautiful nest for several years, and will continue to sing his praises from our new home. In the name of our Heavenly Father, this site will be repurposed as a garden for the Hillman flock." And they also report back, and you can see all around the building there's like different demolition equipment parked nearby.
Well, everybody, they didn't find anything. It looks like the facade that's put up is that there's nothing here and that the church is actually moved, but they are not allowed to enter. There's got to be some spatial somethings going on. They can't enter.
Let me see what I can get, if anything, from my little buddies here. Have I been successful in calling any into me? I assume I have a roll to make.
Roll your arete. Yes.
Okay. Arete, am I adding anything to it? Because if anything, it'd be spirit.
Right. Is it a rote or is it?
I'm making this shit up as I go.
Okay, so no DP mod for that.
Okay. And difficulty.
Are you? Well, you're talking to spirits. There's no
And I
witnesses,
have bait.
and you have bait. But it's just you talking, so there's no real like manifestation breaking reality type thing. So it's difficulty 5.
Okay. Oh, nope. I had nothing.
Sorry.
Glitch does not seem to, or any of Glitch's minions really have any incentive to do anything here.
Yeah, my little guys don't seem to want anything to do with the building either. Makes me wonder. Unfortunately, I can't tell you if that's because they are contrary little shits or because something about the building scares them. So, Vesper, I'm afraid you're up.
Sounds good. I haven't gotten to use it yet, and that's half of my motivation. But I have ways to get out, hopefully. So we should be fine. It'll be fine. We'll be great. It'll be great.
Oh, that sounds like a
It'll be great.
room's on fire is fine. Okay, well, let's see if we can sneak
It'll
closer,
only burn
I
so
guess.
much. It'll be fine.
All right. So you're seeking to scale the building and get a above view through like one of the cathedral skylights.
Yeah, either a skylight or like if they don't have that, like a stained window that I can kind of peer through.
Okay, absolutely. So, see, you're gonna want to make another dexterity and stealth check to get there without the guards seeing or noticing.
Same difficulty?
Yes.
I'm not rolling great tonight. It's fine. Just 2.
Two successes?
Yeah.
One moment here. Let me roll for them. This one's more active. You feel confident that you haven't been spotted. You get your way to the building,
Okay.
and you are going to try and scale it with your grappling hook.
Yeah, and I'll let just stuff like that little bit of extra pretending to be comfortable, letting the grappling hook hit something before I try and like touch the building.
Right. So you were. I'm sorry. What were you doing?
I'm just making sure the grappling hook hits and lands on something before I bother touching the building at all.
Okay. So you're just gonna get a good grip on
Just
it.
just in case, like maybe me touching it sends me to the ether, letting the grappling hook take that initial.
Okay.
It's just kind of like it's gotten a little bit in Vesper's head on that one of just like you touch it, you're just gone, type trap.
Right. You test it and seems solid.
All right, then I'll climb, pull myself up.
Okay. I'd say this would be. Let's just go ahead and have you do a strength plus athletics for the climb. A little bit of Batman action there.
Just 6 again.
Yes.
Oh. Even to 0. Did not make it far up.
Yeah, with the 0.
Just very nervous, you know? A lot of pressure.
You feel like you got a solid piece of the church, but as you're, pulling yourself up, that piece that you were attached to cracks and you fall back to the ground. Knocks the wind out of you, doesn't do any actual damage.
We'll just try it again and pretend like nobody saw it.
Okay.
So I'm presuming now that he actually touched the building, did we see any effect?
No.
Right.
Okay.
So, you go ahead and make another strength and athletics roll.
2.
Ooh, 2.
High rolling tonight. It's going great.
That is good. You get up to the top of the roof. The architecture, of course, is not very flat, so you have to be very careful. But I think you've got that down. There is a near the center of the cathedral. There is kind of a glass top with some stained glass. If you wanted to observe.
Yeah, we'll try to take a little peek through there.
A lot of the glass is broken and isn't really, there's nothing really obscuring your view. You look inside and it looks like a shithole. Just a dirty, decrepit old building with, broken material inside.
Did I exchange contacts with everybody so that I could give them a quick text?
Well,
Situation?
you can
I
just
forgot to
Jesse's
mention that
watching
before.
you, so you're still within the. You're still
Okay.
considered in the same space. So
Also, we
just
did
wanna-
create a group text for all of
Okay.
us as
Yeah.
well. So
that too, but
So-
mentally, you could also just like say, "Hey."
Vesper will probably just be like, I'll just text him. That'll be fine. And
None
then
of this
text
mental
all of them.
voodoo.
Like, I don't know how this works. I don't know how much of these thoughts they're reading. I'm just gonna text it to him. Otherwise, maybe they already know as he's
You-
writing it out.
I can read that, and
Yeah.
I heard all of that. It's fine.
They text just of, it looks like a regular shithole, so I assume if there's any magic, it's upon entry, not observation. And then I'll kind of wait for their response up there.
Can you
like
physically
Nick's-
throw something in the window?
Uh,
I mean, is it like a glass window? I
have
would
anything
assume not. I just want to make sure that like something can physically go into the space without it disappearing.
Yeah, there's broken, windows and everything, so it's just kind of a open face.
yeah, I'll just try and, like, if there's any, like, broken glass or any just other debris up here, just kind of, like, give it a little toss down. Because I can't see anybody in there, right?
Right.
Yeah, then I'll just give it a little toss in there and see whether it falls to the ground.
Okay. You pick up some debris from the roof and drop it through the window, and you watch it as it falls at 9.8 meters per second, and hits the ground just fine.
I mentioned to everybody, it fell at exactly 9.8 meters per second, normal gravity. It seems fine. Unless it's organic matter, I think it's gonna be, we'd have to go in and find out. I don't think we'll get anything from outside.
that's what it's starting to sound like. I don't like it, but that's what we've got left to us.
I could try and use the grappling hook as a tether and then slide in. But I don't know if it'll just, like, cut the line when I get halfway through.
I don't like us being separate like this. I still want us to be together. That's just my opinion, but
Give it
I
a
have to agree.
thumbs up on both of them on the group chat and then walks down. Yeah, and then try to regroup with everybody of like a, guess we're going in.
Okay.
is there a open, what appears to be an open window along the wall where we are, or we're along the south wall?
The only real windows on the side are incredibly high, or right above the entry door.
I mean, I can just leave the grappling hook and we can all climb up there if you think everybody's capable. I'm not confident enough that I'd be able to take anybody up there. So it would have to be everybody
there's no
confident enough that
ground-
they can climb it.
Yeah, if there's no ground level, I would. You already had the facade crumble underneath you once when you were trying to get up that first time.
I worked great the first time. It's one and done.
My point being that I'm not confident that that's not going to happen under my weight or somebody else's weight or whatever. I mean, we get 3 people on the line at the same time.
It won't be at the same time. It's one person climbs and the next one.
Either way, it's
But
still
I get your point. But
yeah. So I'm thinking, since there's no ground level windows and who does that, we're going to have to just use the back door. Which means we have to take out the sentry.
yeah, my options are mostly loud and lethal, other than just punching them. So
I have smoke. like channeling Chong.
Yeah, we
Mm.
could.
You have
So
all sorts of options.
I
Mhm.
do.
I mean, if you cause like a ruckus, like by putting smoke somewhere else and making a bunch of noise in it, that then they go investigate.
Well, the smoke channeling Chong gets everybody to chill out and just relax.
Oh.
It stops
wonder-
people. It de-escalates things
Okay.
to a severe degree.
Jizzy, is
So
there any way you could put him to sleep or convince him that he's not actually seeing us?
yeah, I do have you seen a I do a little shimmy shake and we wiggle our asses on through there.
Nobody wants to
Um,
watch me wiggle my ass, but I get your point.
I was going to ask if the killing part was required.
You also have the there is a common magical effect to cause a person to sleep, and it oftentimes it can be done with either life magic or mind, and it's really effective with both.
Oh, let's see how much I have in life. I think I have 2 in. So I couldn't use.
Yeah, we'd have to work together on that.
Yeah, we
I'm
can.
gonna
do
say,
that.
but I have 3 in life, and we know
Yeah, same.
Charlie. Yeah.
Yeah, the life magic would like work on the chemical to make them sleep, and then the mind would be like, go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can make him go to sleep. Make him have a nice little
Okay.
nappy poo.
I think that's probably the best way to go about this. Let's do
Cool.
that.
Do it.
Okay, so who's doing what?
I guess I'm gonna use my mind magic to make the guys take a nap.
Okay, and I'm going to use the mental connection that we all have right now to help with that from the life perspective.
Okay. Yeah, you can cast.
Same.
Yeah, the 3 of you can all cast an individual effect that is going to try to make this. And if you guys coordinate, absolutely. I'll have each of you roll your arete and then describe how each of you are causing the effect.
I think I am gonna use the smoke a little bit, like just like light something to burn, and
Okay.
like waft the smoke over towards them, and
Okay.
send the message along mentally that I want them.
Okay.
I'm
cool.
actually going to get with Jezzy, and I'm going to crumble some dried mushrooms into the stuff that she's
Oh yeah,
smoking.
Okay.
we love an
The
herbal
nice thing about
blend.
it
Let's
is
do
that,
it.
well, the nice thing is that smoking mushrooms doesn't get you high, so that's not going to like affect you mentally, but you're going to get the magical effect wafted through the air in your smoke.
Excellent. Good delivery mechanism. And Inea.
Inea is going to use a soothing rhythmic chant under her
Oh,
breath to encourage melatonin, serotonin production in the brain.
gotcha. All right.
Am I
I'll have-
adding life to my arete?
No. This is a improvisational effect. So each of you just roll your arete. It's coincidental, but all of it is kind of using the 3rd rank, so difficulty is going to be 6.
Okay, yeah, Charlie's is specifically to lower their blood pressure.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, I see
Wowza.
2 10s on
Yeah,
my
that's 4.
dice.
That's 4 successes.
Okay.
And Jezzy's got 1. Jesus Christ.
5.
Okay.
This dude is taking a heck nap.
So between the 3 of you working together and coordinating the delivery mechanism of the smoke and the gentle, soft chants, the 2 guards at the south door almost immediately just slump over and they're out.
Good. I
Um,
would rather them sleep than us kill them.
yep. Especially them being sleepers, they probably don't really know what they've gotten themselves into, barring the whole bigotry thing.
Mm-mm.
Is this what we do to sleepers now? We just put them to sleep?
I mean, it's
if that's
either
what you
that
want.
or we wear their asses like puppets, So
And you
puppets
know the
not.
way I figure it? Let's either put them to sleep or wake them up.
yeah, you know.
Sounds fair to me. It's a good way of handling the situation. All right. With the 2 guards down, you have a clear path to the south door.
I'll lead. I'll take that L.
Oh, good. I was going to volunteer you anyway.
Yeah, I felt it was coming. I felt like if we were gonna take 2 a vote, I'd lose. So I'm just gonna. I'll do it myself. Spare you any.
The plus to that
any
is you
lingering
don't.
guilt.
Vesper doesn't know it, but we've all got his back because it's in our interest to keep him from keep them from getting dead. So, yeah, they don't know it, but they've got
definitely don't know
coverage.
They're definitely like maybe I'm just walking here and they're the ones that just like blow my brains out with magic of some kind.
I mean,
and...
we've got your back, but if somebody's going to walk into the trap first, it's definitely going to be the
yeah.
Technocratic Union guy.
Yeah. You're kind of on everybody's shit list just because of the suit you're wearing.
You saved Carl's life. He's grateful.
Yeah, like I help people, I swear. Don't hate me too much.
So
Just the regular
that
amount.
saving Carl is the reason that you're on this mission to begin with.
Yeah, I figured.
And because he saved me, I'll back him up. I'll be back, but I will back him up.
And like Vesper like turns around and you guys are all like 10 feet back and they're like, you guys are coming too, right? You guys are like
I
All
am
right.
looking at the guys on the ground to see if I see anything strange with them through my phone.
You don't see anything unusual. They look like just kind of standard security guards. Not even, I mean, just khaki pants, gray shirt, maybe a faux badge and a taser. Not even
Okay.
a gun.
Not even a gun. Okay.
But as you approach the door, I would like to have each of you, Vesper and Carl, give me a perception and alertness. I'll roll Carl's here.
We're all rolling that?
Yes, I'll have everybody do it. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't see.
You said perception and alert. Yeah?
Yes.
I know.
Yeah, it is nighttime, though some of you may have night vision capabilities. I don't know, like Carl probably does with forces.
I'm still wearing the sunglasses.
You have VDOS on, yeah. But
Blocking the view.
that kind of gives you normal vision at night as well.
What is the
I just have like too
difficulty?
many things going across the screen,
We'll say 6. You could disable that, but you can definitely...
Ah!
Oh no.
Okay.
Well, I got 4, but I seem to be the only one.
Yeah.
Good gravy.
Okay.
Jesse don't see shit, bro.
None of us do.
And
Carl got a
yeah,
minus
Carl
1,
got
so.
nothing either. So Carl and Vesper are approaching the door. No one notices except for Inea at first, and I'll give you get like a moment where you can call out or do something, but somebody drops down from a nearby tree and rushes and moves to attack Carl. Some ninja
Okay,
looking motherfucker.
a ninja-looking motherfucker attacking Carl. Okay, well, Nay's response is going to be to mentally shout a warning and rush them, like counter rush them in an attempt to intercept them before they get to Carl.
Okay. Not close enough to do that, but this will give Carl a slight warning on this attack. So we are going to have a roll-off, because there's going to be this attack.
By ninja-looking motherfucker, are we talking all dark clothes with the face covered? Are we like ski mask, traditional ninja mask? What are we talking about?
Just all dark clothes.
Okay.
And let's see, we'll have Carl. What are you going to try to do? Now that you've got the warning, you know something's about to hit you from behind. You turn and you see this this dude with like wearing all black. He's got a mask on.
Does he is he like reaching towards me, or is he like knife at hand, or
You see him shrouded in darkness, and his claws are coming forward you. This looks familiar to you.
okay, it looks familiar to me. So first things first is I want to protect myself, and I'm going to hip toss.
Okay. So that is a counter that you are capable of with your martial arts skill. Let me look up the rule for that. Martial art maneuver. Counter throw. Roll. I'll have you roll martial arts and dexterity difficulty 6.
Oof.
Okay, 0 successes, but here's the good news. Your attacker also rolled 0 successes. So you are able to grab the clawed arm that's coming towards you, and you go for the hip toss, but he just kind of pulls back and pulls away from you. Now you are evenly squared off against one another, and we will show this guy. He rears back and he takes a offensive stance. He's going to continue to try and subdue you and Vesper. The three of you are in the same physical space, so we're going to say that Carl, Vesper, and this gentleman are all in the same round. Followed by any ranged effects or any ranged actions, which would be by Charlie, Jezzy, or Inea. Carl, you have the highest initiative of the three. What would you like to do?
I would like to call some of my data fights to start eating his spirit.
Okay. You still have the three that were around.
Good. I point at him and I say consume.
Okay. Roll. Well, I'll roll, but I'm gonna roll the will roll a charisma and leadership to command them. Leadership is difficulty not too hard. They're hungry. Three successes. All right. So your data fights rally to your defense, and they start crawling on this this guy as he's trying to attack you. It harries him. It keeps him from actually getting a hold of you, and he is going to be attacked by them. They are going to do. Let's see what they do. Okay. You can see each of them, the mouths on the bottom of the plate lean down, and they start eating what they can. They're not usually fans of anything non-technological. Their job is to clean up technological spirit mess. But it is enough of an attack. They end up doing some superficial damage to him. He ends up taking some damage. He's bleeding, but nothing too bad. He seems to be okay. Vesper, you are up next.
I forget. Does my sidearm have a silencer on it?
It can.
Because I feel like that's
yours is a very high tech weapon. It's variable. It could use any ammo, essentially, and I would say that it would also have the benefit of being more silent than a standard firearm.
Okay, then I'd probably want to flick it to silenced and then just regular 9mm ammo and just try to blow out their kneecap.
Okay. Called shot. Let's see. So this is a... Are you doing a just one shot or 3-round burst?
I mean, if I have the bandwidth, I'd like to put one shot into each, but otherwise just one.
Okay, just the one. Well, the rate of fire is 4, so you could do a 4-round pop, 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 pop.
Then can I just put one in each, and then if I miss one, I go back for it? Or do I have to call it more ahead of time?
Yeah. Let me... There's a called shot chart. Try to look for it. Hold on.
I think the first instinct is like, we probably could get information out of him. Don't fully kill him right away. That can always happen later.
A little bleeding out's okay for now.
Yeah, if we just get the information out in time,
Okay, yeah, so we'll say difficulty 5. Go ahead and roll your dexterity plus firearms.
4 successes.
4. Okay. He doesn't have any ability to soak that, so the damage on that is 4 to the knee. Yeah. You do. He basically loses the lower part of one leg and loses a knee on the other. And he is now on the ground.
And now we can call him Stumpy.
And he can be called Stumpy. I would say he is mauled, nearly crippled. Technically crippled, but and he's on the ground yelling and causing quite a commotion. But the two guards are really, really tired.
I definitely want to stop the data fights. Because I'm
Okay.
not trying to kill him.
Okay, they heed your command and they back off. And what are the Charlie, Jezzy, and Inea doing?
I'd like to double check to see if I can detect any more of those assholes in the trees around us.
Okay. Perception, awareness, difficulty 5. Now that you kind of know what you're looking for.
Five successes.
Very perceptive. There does not seem to be anything else. This one seemed to be standard, or not standard, but like a loner roaming.
It looks like he was by himself.
Yeah, he is on the ground, yelling, screaming, screeching, as he transforms physically to be more owlish, trying to call upon the spirits to aid him, but not doing so well. In order of turns, Billie, what are you up to?
Well, let's do the same thing that I just. Well, that's not going to work out well the way that I did that. Yeah, what I want to do is I want to do a similar thing to what I did to the two, to help the spell there. I want to lower this guy's blood pressure, lower the blood flow to the brain, knock him out.
Okay.
I'm going to have to do that in a slightly different way because I don't have a way. Well, yeah, actually I do. I can just I can crush up that mushroom dust and just fling it, and, well, because I have correspondence magic, I can just move it through the space into where, into his physical space where he would be inhaling it.
Yeah, conjunctional effect, easy enough. Roll Arete.
Okay.
Difficulty still like 6.
Okay.
Oh yeah, more than enough.
Yeah.
That is enough to basically get him to incapacitated and unconscious, but his blood pressure is down, which was going down anyway because he's missing a leg. But he is now unconscious after that spell.
Good, we don't need him screaming.
I will say that he will bleed out relatively soon.
Can I read his mind and see what his plan was? like what his whole deal is?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll Arete. Difficulty, since he doesn't have a willpower, let's see. Yeah, difficulty's 5. His willpower's not very high.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to take one of my strings and like do like a tourniquet on his leg.
Okay. Yeah. While you're tying up his artery, keeping him from bleeding out, Jesse, you can hear in his thoughts, just protect the roost, protect the roost.
The roost? Protect the damn roost? Like the little
the
coffee
nest.
shop from Animal Crossing?
Yeah, absolutely. No, just this is the nest. This is where they congregate. This is their home, so to speak.
Can I, like, in looking in his mind, do I see any flashes of Jennifer or Animus?
You do, yes. You see the same room that you saw through Animus's eyes, but you see it from the perspective of somebody putting him down in the room. And so you see both of them tied up in this kind of grungy, basement-y place. There's no, and there's like some old tables and some old children's drawings and that sort of thing. But it seems like with a clearer view, definitely pretty decrepit.
Okay. So yeah, it seems we're in the right spot. I'm feeling like they're in a basement area. So
Really the typical place to hold them. Are we gonna try and get any other information out of them, or is
there
I don't
anything
know.
else you'd like me to look for?
Like, is that
While
basement
I have
here?
him?
Do we know that? Did you see that? If the basement is here, if it's somewhere else, anything else, just any other information about guards and
Yeah, how many people are here?
How many
Yeah.
people are here? Okay, do I see how many people are here through this guy's mind?
You get a strong sense that people come and go. So there's no actual schedule of knowing who's here now. He was scheduled, or not scheduled, but he was here to do basically patrol in stealth. So you get a sense that their mission was to observe, see if there's any disturbances, end those disturbances. And as you stabilize and keep them from bleeding out, they stay asleep, but they do revert back to a more human appearance. Their claws recede, talons, whatever. But
Okay,
yeah, go ahead.
can we like tie this guy up and gag him, throw him somewhere out of the way?
Yeah, it's your rodeo.
let's tie him up and then place him somewhere inside. Because if they're the stealth on the outside, if somebody's gonna come looking for him, they'll be looking outside, not in. So at least
True.
buy a little bit more time.
And Charlie, you hear me think, man, that was a really cool trick. I wish we could like just kind of dust the whole inside to like put anybody like down if there's anybody on the inside.
I mean, that would take a whole lot more effect than what we have time for. I don't know. I don't know if that's. I'm not gonna say that's out of my capabilities, capabilities necessarily, but not what we have time for right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could go mad scientist and like make an aerosol delivery system. Um, but you're not there right now.
Right.
You're not at the lab. All right.
This is a
So-
problem for future Charlie.
There you go.
Good thing to have on hand for future Charlie.
Agreed.
Well, the nice thing is like correspondence is a really good delivery method.
Yeah.
Now you see it, now you don't. Oh, now you see it again. Okay. Well, you're now on the south side. You've got 3 unconscious bodies. What would you like to do?
Since we've tied up the one in bottom inside, I just want to tie up the other 2 and bring him inside as well and gag him. So, like, if we're already leaving the full trail, we might as well keep it inside.
Fair enough.
If there's like a coat closet or a utility closet or something like immediately obvious nearby, or even a restroom, bathrooms of whatever description, we could stuff them in there so they're kind of out of obvious view coming through the door.
All right. So are you entering the building?
I think that's got to be the next
Yeah.
step.
You open up the doors, and there is a entryway, and you immediately are hit with the overwhelming scent of decay and dust. And there is no internal illumination. With the doors open and the street lights, you can see that there are 2 archways leading further into the church from this entry room.
I'm looking through my phone to see if there's like any room like remotely close to where we're at to stash the bodies.
There is to the side like a kind of a coat closet type of place. Looks like it's mostly filled with just junk. Looks like maybe there was some squatters at some point that used this place as well.
Seems like a good place for Stumpy and Sons.
Yeah.
Stumpy and Son.
You're looking through your phone with the way you have it set up.
Mm-hmm.
The space here is awkward. It feels slick, I suppose.
Slick.
And Charlie, yeah, you also sense anybody with correspondence can definitely see that there is a warping around the space here.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on, but this is not the space that we're in is not quite dimensionally right.
What if the place we're in is not the church itself?
That's kind of what I was thinking. If
Like,
maybe physically not here.
right. Like we're entering someplace else.
As long as when we try to leave, I don't burst into flames, I think I'm good.
Well,
Yeah,
if
you
we have
got to cut
Charlie,
back
we
on
won't get
that
out of
bursting
anything.
into flames thing.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah, usually people are worried about bursting into flames when they go into the church.
Right,
Yeah,
that's
right.
that's when that
That
usually
part.
is supposed to happen. Okay, so precautionarily, Inea is pulling her belt knife out, and she's gonna just carry it along her forearm.
Okay.
After we stash the bodies, I'm calling out the rest of my data fights and just kind of holding them close. so I can have them on me. So if I need to throw them on something, I can.
Okay, that would require another irritate roll if you're going to try and manifest more.
Maybe just work with what you got for the moment.
Yeah, let's work with what I got.
Okay.
But I want them close.
Quick question: can I pop a joy to up
You
my
absolutely
mind?
can. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like to pull out my gun at this point. That's probably a good idea.
Charlie said, "Fuck it, I'ma just boom you for real."
Hey,
Tim,
man.
you've got us loaded for bear here.
Hey, no, this is great.
We're
Um,
inside, outside the public view, and we are maybe not even in the same physical space. I'm not as concerned about like somebody seeing me holding a gun.
Yeah. Yeah. Being seen to be armed is somewhat of lesser of the two evils at this point.
Right, especially as somebody who has been recently like accused of murder.
Right.
yeah. In this
Yeah.
neighborhood, absolutely. Okay. So you are in this entry room, this chamber. There are two archways leading further in. It's not really something that you would miss. But I still am gonna have everybody roll perception and alertness. But difficulty 4.
Yeah, I got a 2.
Carl's 2,
Oh,
Nate's 2.
I got 3.
Charlie got 7.
Charlie.
Jesse got 4.
Whatever it was, I noticed it.
And
I
we're
noticed the
back-
hell out of it.
And we're back to Charlie doing all of the rolls.
Like, period. Charlie's got the gun. Charlie's got the rolls. Let's go.
Yeah, looks like Vesper's got.
Well, I noticed things really well. Let's hope that I can shoot them.
Scott
who
appears to be
knows?
frozen.
Maybe I should just point them out to Vesper,
no.
because Vesper seems to be very good at shooting, right?
Yeah, like, every now and then.
Scott almost looks like a token on the screen here. Okay.
Yes, he kind of does, actually.
There's a little bit more
A
concern.
startled version thereof.
That's
we
the
can
what
still
they've entered token.
We can still move. They'll come back
oh,
at some point.
Oh,
There they are.
There we are.
There we are.
It blinks.
Maybe.
Yes.
There, a little
There we-
bit.
I see the head move.
There is
We're all
there
good.
is motion.
There is motion. Okay.
Scott finna fight that computer. Like,
No.
I'm just
He's
gonna.
getting ready to throw
finna
hands.
tear that computer up, bro.
I will come and exercise the demons myself. I don't know if I'll be able to get over there. Okay, all of you rolled well enough to notice that the center of this room on the floor is a elaborate tile maze, and in the center of the maze is a circular icon of like a owl in that.
Is gonna swear off owls for the rest of her life after this is all over with.
With the higher level of perception that Charlie brought, this does not look dirty. There is no dust on it. It looks like it has been recently either installed or created and has been taken care of for the most part. It doesn't have the same level of debris and dust that everything else would.
So this is definitely the like important thing. We need to like focus on this, figure this out. What about? Does anybody? I mean, does there any I mean, all of us have our various magical sights. You know, do we see anything magical aura about this thing?
I immediately look. I'm looking through my phone, just scanning the area.
Any of you with... Yeah, there definitely seems to be a mix of correspondence, spirit, mixed in with this entire area. This labyrinth on the floor is also kind of attached. You see that's mystically connected.
Vesper will just like take a picture just in case it's like, here's a labyrinth, you step in, you get teleported into the middle of it, type of thing. Just in case it's like a map for later.
That's what I was just thinking. Nea's going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I
yeah,
hear
you,
these thoughts. Click.
yeah, you make your recordings, however well they do.
I was just going to ask, how well does the picture come out? Does it come out looking like what's on the floor?
Good question. Don't know if I considered
Haha. Damn it, I'm giving the storyteller ideas again.
that.
I had my flash on, I swear.
You look at yours, and yeah, it looks like what you see is what you see on your phone screen.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Does Spirit Sight give me any idea of the core of this, what appears to be some kind of a magical working?
There's definitely owlish vibes. I'd say it's not
So, like-
unfamiliar.
So, well, what I'm looking for is, like, is there a physical anchor to the power that's involved in the magical working on that floor?
It seems to be tied to the building. Yes.
Okay, so not any particular part of just that design on the floor.
Right.
It's like incorporated into the building.
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a particular part that looks like the entrance of the labyrinth?
Yes.
I think just, unless anybody has another idea, I'm just gonna, I'll not step in, I'm gonna try and like see if I can like jump into the center, but like from the entrance.
Hold it. Let's not get too excited. We haven't even looked for downstairs, for stairs going down.
I mean,
So we
that
know
can't
this
be
is-
this, right? Looks
We
so
know this is
sketchy.
here. It is sketchy as hell, but I'm wondering if this is just the spell that's on the building, and the actually inside the building is mundane walk down the stairs, although they may be kind of
Well,
decrepit
let's-
stairs.
Check around, look at the ground, and see if it looks like there's any other foot traffic.
Yes, because this is clear, so it's obviously been used and it's recent and everything. So let's look to see if we can find any other, what
Yeah, I would
Charlie said,
say
any other use.
with the successes that Charlie had, absolutely, you can see there is foot traffic around and going in and out of the two entryways or the two arches, as well as leading to the entry point of this labyrinth on the ground.
Can I cast precognition to kind of so it allows me to look back backwards in time as though rewinding in a particular location and just kind of see how they entered it?
Yes.
Because I'm assuming that it'll like go to a different space or something, but I can at least get the start.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not forgetting that I have magic.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you've got the time piece that will allow you to kind of forensically inspect an area and get the history of it. Let me just look up the rules for time.
It
Time isn't real.
Yeah, it is technically a rogue, just not the one that I know offhand.
Right.
If that helps at all. It's just in the long catalog.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll your Arete or your Enlightenment.
It's just difficulty 6.
Yes.
No, 0. Balanced out. 2 1s and a 10.
Ew. Not a botch, technically. That could have been bad.
Yeah. I spent a little bit longer on it if we have the time.
But it does fizzle out. Yeah, you can. If you spend a willpower point, I would let you make another attempt.
It's not that important to me to spend a resource. I'm pretty sure I know what's going on.
Oh,
Sure.
boy.
I don't even know what's going on.
That's scary stuff.
After it fizzles, assuming that nobody else has anything with time and could see that it fizzled, they'll just say, like, very confidently, they just kind of would walk across. They'd walk in there and then just kind of disappear. So I think it'll kind of take us to another space type thing. Don't know if it takes it right away. I can only see it at this location. Just very confidently, like, I definitely saw that, yes.
Very confidently making shit up. Yay!
I would say roll your manipulation and subterfuge.
Because there's nobody here who actually trusts you.
It's not gonna be great.
No,
It's a
it's
6
not.
still.
Difficulty, yeah, 6. Because this is
Being kind. What? 2.
2 successes.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Wow.
baby.
He's hard to. I mean, Vesper's hard to read, but you get the sense that they're not being duplicitous in this instance.
Other than being technocracy and therefore. Okay.
Untrustworthy.
Right. No more duplicitous than he is. They are while breathing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just to be clear, Vesper, you were telling them that they walk into the labyrinth and disappear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just full confidently, like, in their head, it's kind of like yeah, this happened. They saw it.
I'm just waiting for that to not happen when we try it.
Seriously. But there's no, like basement stairs.
No, this is very entry level. This is like meet and greet room.
I mean, we should at least take a peek in the other doors.
Or I at least would like to know what we're leaving up here.
Maybe
here.
not walk through them, but like, poke our head through.
look and see what else about the layout, and what the condition of the building is and that sort of thing. Because I'd like to not have it come down on my head.
Yeah, this place seems to be stable. Like I said, there's the kind of coat rack room to the right, and then to the left, there is seems like a small office, and like I said, and then straight ahead would be the 2 archways.
And we haven't seen past that.
I've not seen past that.
And we would have to cross the labyrinth in order to go through those archways?
No, actually, you can go around the labyrinth to go through the archways. The labyrinth is just kind of in the center of the room.
I would like to do that. Let's go around.
Yeah,
I-
just go around and look.
Yeah, I want to see what's past the archways.
Okay.
I want to send scouts first.
Want to what?
The
Send-
three
oh.
that are the 3
Okay.
data fights that are out. I'd like to send them out to look around.
Okay. And are they going to look around in the other room, or are they going to go into the archway?
Try the other room first.
Okay. Searching around the other room, it's lots of water damage, lots of strewn about, muck. There's a broken chair. The desk in there is looks like somebody tried to sleep on it at one point. A couple of rats scurry around.
And I guess they just relay this back to me.
Yeah, you can kind of get like a drone feedback from your device.
Does that mean that everybody else can hear this as well?
You can relay it to them for sure.
Well, I definitely relay all the information to everybody else. Like, well, this is just what they see. We could check it out a little more deeply if you want. And that's just in that area.
I'm saying just go for it.
Vesper is really mesmerized by the labyrinth on the floor, and that's probably
Yeah.
where we're going, but I'm not taking the obvious route here.
And
If I can
Yeah,
help it.
I'm.
Because the obvious
Well, I
route is a
definitely want to
trap.
make sure that. Yeah. I want to make sure that there's not going to be somebody, poking their head out of those archways as soon as we try to go into the labyrinth. For, at least that.
Or you
So,
you never know.
that's
We
what
might
I'm
find
heading-
something that we can use.
So, is there anything beyond the room on the other side of the archways?
So, if you look through the archways, you see, going straight forward, the collapsed north side of the building beyond kind of the center of the cross. And you see just debris on there. You kind of see where the corners would go to the west and east, and maybe a broken pew on the ground, and then some stairs that would be leading up to the main stage.
I really think I want to go up to the transept, and at least look both directions to see what is there, because again, I don't want to miss something like basement stairs.
Yeah, you feel confident that you've got the space figured out.
Okay, so still no basement stairs, no evidence of basement stairs. Weirdest Gothic church ever to just all be on one level. That's weird.
Well, at this point, yeah. Plus, also, it was a bad copy.
I mean,
Admittedly.
fair, but still. All right, well then I guess the only option is the labyrinth.
And I call the data fights, and I pick them up and hold them just on me.
Okay. Yeah, they crawl around, and one sits on your shoulder. The other two kind of crawl onto and cling to your back.
All right.
All right, Vesper, we'll sew the sidearm and then pull out the rifle in like the rifle form.
Okay.
So for like a
assault
mid-range.
Okie dokie. Mid-range assault rifle.
And then just is gonna be like, you guys ready? As he like, as they kind of like put the first foot like hovering over, like ready to take the step in. As long as nobody shouts, "No, wait!"
Okay, Ernie, I guess we're ready to go.
And they'll
Following your
take the
lead.
step and kind of almost hope that they get sent somewhere.
Okay. You step forward at the beginning of the labyrinth and you put your foot down. And as you look at the ground and you have to try and visualize and figure out where to go next, I'd like you to roll me intelligence plus enigmas.
So with an E. Just a 6.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Okay. You step onto the tiles and you do not disappear.
Gonna take another step forward.
But you move forward enough and you see like the different splits and you take one of the paths and you feel like you're traversing the labyrinth correctly.
Gonna keep moving forward. Unless somebody else wants to join.
I'm gonna follow Vesper. I mean,
Really?
there's no sense in splitting up at this point.
No.
Yeah, I'm following y'all.
Okay. Like I said, it's relatively large, enough for a person to traverse on an individual path. But if you're all following the same path, I'm going to have Vesper roll intelligence and enigmas again.
Or 5. Even better.
Crap.
They're smart. That's the one thing. Usually. Not talking, but thinking.
Intellectually, not socially.
Yeah.
Okay. You're, for whatever reason, you are really well attuned to this, and you traverse the path quicker than you would have expected. But it leads you winding around this maze, and you make all the right decisions, and you are there standing facing west in front of the icon of the owl. And having traversed this path, you feel the acceptance of the owl, and you sense the slipperiness kind of not disappear, but you feel like you can traverse further. You almost hear a mental affirmation.
I just, without looking back, I just say, "Here we go!" Just step through it.
Okay, you step right over the owl and continue walking to the west. There's a wall in front of you, and there's 2 arches, one to the left, one to the right.
Is it the same building still?
Same arches. Same building.
Is it the same, or does it look the same type of thing? So just when I got to the icon, nothing happened. Or is
Oh
it
no,
just-
no, you definitely felt something
Okay.
happen. You got the tingles of like, oh shit, something just happened. I don't know if you have the understanding of what it was, but yes.
So I just turned over to be like, okay, so something happened. Yeah. Maybe we look around again.
I mean,
I feel like it's like a.
would
breaking
we
the
all
law.
have felt that?
Right, like
As
through
each
the
of you
mental link.
follow, yes, you feel those with spirit. You feel like there was a this was almost the completion of a pact.
Oh.
So if I felt something different, I'm holding up my phone, looking around, just looking everywhere,
Mhm.
trying to see if I can tell if something.
You can sense that your connection to this space has become more attuned, and the, let's say, yeah, that's pretty much it. You feel that you are more attuned to this space and that you are able to proceed if you wanted to.
And there's archways, one to the left and one.
Hmm?
I kind of
Okay,
asked
so-
you guys, do you want me to send them out to check again, or what are we doing?
Yeah, let's do that. I would like us all to stay together, but we're gonna have to make a decision, I think.
Is there a way for us to sort of glean which is the right direction based on the way we had that feeling?
There is only west. Or, sorry, north. There's only, I don't know why I said west. It's north.
Alright.
You entered from the south. You have the two archways that are to the north. They go
Okay.
towards the center.
On the left, one on the right, but they both go to the same space.
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I thought we were talking about the transept again. Okay, no,
Right.
never mind. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll walk through it. Let's just walk through it. Just go for it.
Yep, that's what
Yeah.
we gotta do.
Okay.
Feel free to follow.
So, following Vesper, each of you, as you walk north through one of the archways, as you pass, for a brief moment, each of you get a immediate view facing south from the other archway, but it passes and you're able to continue into the church.
I do not like this space. I do not like it
Mm.
at all.
That was just the first archway.
Like I said, there are two. They're next to each other.
Okay.
But as you entered the one, your vision almost doubled, and as if you were leaving the other one.
It's like
I'm
a figure out
confused.
the right door.
But since you have attuned yourself walking the labyrinth, you are not rejected from the ward on the walls of this building.
Okay. So
Word.
it's time to look around further and see if anything else has changed.
Right.
You enter the larger space and you get closer to the center of the giant cross of the church. And that is when you hear ahead of you, "This is insane, Ned. Why are you doing this?"
Is that a voice we recognize? Any of us?
Yeah, I'd say you would recognize it. Almost immediately you hear, "This is my calling, Pip. Our enemies use the cover of darkness. God has given me strength to pierce that darkness and smite his enemies." Continuing.
Someone is deeply into the Kool-Aid. Sorry, go ahead.
No.
Julia is not an enemy. Her real name is Jennifer. She was sent to spy on us by Satan's minions. Do you even hear yourself? That is paranoid, and I don't know what. Look, I'm going to take Julia out of this shithole and to a doctor, and that's Can't let you do that, brother. I love you, but no Prague brother of mine is going to stop what we started here. And that's where we're going to close for the evening. As you hear that around the corner.
Damn it.
Did we just hear a fucking murder? Oh
I
my
think we
god.
I think we did. Or he
Yeah,
choked
we
out his own
did.
brother.
He did. Stabbed homeboy in the throat. Also, Jennifer's code name was Julia.
She picked it. I don't know.
At least pick a different letter of the alphabet.
You know what I'm saying?
Seriously.
Like, you couldn't
I mean,
go
maybe
with
she-
Stephanie, Brenda, Miranda. Like, you got options, baby.
Maybe. Yeah, so as you guys entered in there, you could immediately hear sounds beyond the archway as well. But also, had you tried to go into the archway without doing the labyrinth, they would have just spat you right out the other archway.
Oh, so that's why we had the. Okay.
And Vesper's really high Enigma rolls for not having any dots in Enigma. I gotta give it to the rolls sometimes. So yeah.
When the dice want to tell a story, man.
Sometimes.
Right.
All right. Well, like I said, this is a good place to kind of end it. Otherwise, it's going to be here until midnight. But when would we like to meet next?
Tomorrow.
I got the calendar.
Tomorrow would be fine, sure. If Scott was able to show up.
I wish.
I swear if we do another Sunday, I will set all of the alarms.
Well, Sunday, like I said, normally I would be playing D&D.
next Sunday.
Yeah,
Okay.
and normally I'd be playing D&D, and I don't want to do that to Sean again.
Right.
Or Volcanus, as some of us might know him as.
I think I know both. And
And
I don't think I've actually... Have I played with him?
Maybe.
I don't think I
Maybe.
have.
he comes
Except
around
in
every
EQ.
once in a while. Yeah, he was in EQ 1 and 2. Mostly 2.
Yeah. I think I mostly know him from 2.
He's got an
And he
interesting
was-
little D&D game going on. A little bit of mixing with some like wargaming stuff. It's been fun.
Yeah, I've always known him as an adversary. His characters are always adversaries to mine.
Yeah, and he, like many of us, started very young, but definitely has that edgelord vibe.
Yes, I remember that about him.
It's toned down a bit, but
I mean,
as it does.
As age will do.
Anyway, so next Sunday doesn't sound like that's in good shape. Scott,
can,
what were we talking about?
I can go upstairs and just send you my schedule because this week I think it's Saturday and Sunday off. But I don't know about next week. So I can text that to you literally in like the next couple of minutes.
Okay,
Matter of fact, if you
yeah.
hold on a second, I'll be right back.
sure, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
Hangers are killing me.
with the Technocratic Union, it's like don't kill civilians. It's not necessarily like save civilians, right?
Well, it is. Let's see. If we're talking specifically Article 6 of the Precepts of Damien, it is shepherd the masses, protect them from themselves and others.
That's an active protection order.
Is it worth doing something that's vulgar with witnesses?
Well,
For the
so many
witness.
witnesses.
Well, there's no. Well,
They would
Currently-
be the witness.
currently there's no witnesses as far as the game is concerned. This would all be non-sleeper territory.
Alright. Do
What's
the
up, Scott?
helping thing. Maybe. If I can, I might just fail. At least, hopefully, remind me that I'm gonna try and do the helpful thing. Because I might just completely forget.
It looks like the next day I have off is going to be Sunday. And oh my god, that's my only day off for the next 2 weeks.
Ew.
You.
And then on the 12th and the 13th, which is a Friday and Saturday. But maybe I don't have anything past the 20th. Well, the 20th. Kind of dark. Let me turn the light on just a little bit. There we go.
Oh no. Light.
The 20th. So hopefully my supervisor has already done the new schedule.
Mhm.
And I can figure out, and if at the very least, maybe on the 8th, I can get somebody to take my time, just because of the position that I'm in on that day. So maybe I can switch it to Sunday and then me take Monday off.
Okay. If
That
you're
would
willing to do
still-
that, absolutely. The 8th would be fantastic. And if that changes, let us know.
Okay, I definitely will. Let me
Just
write
to-
that down to make
Just
sure.
to clarify, Tim, then we are not meeting tomorrow.
No, not tomorrow.
Aiming for the 8th.
Aiming for the 8th.
The
Okay.
8th. I'll have
Awesome.
new hair by then.
New hair? Oh no.
New hair.
I mean, not no, but yay. What are you doing? What are you doing with your hair?
Oh, I am dyeing my roots blue and then refreshing my green.
Sweet. Going for the
Oh.
Seattle, Storts team colors.
Ew, I didn't think about that. Yuck, not the sports
no.
ball.
Oh, but they're pretty. Our
They
sports
are
teams
pretty.
have very pretty colors, so
That
I
is
don't
true.
think it's a problem.
You know what? Those are my two favorite colors. So I would, my whole idea would be, you know what? Screw the Seahawks. I don't care if that's what I look like. I have cool hair.
Exactly.
I'll look like a diehard fan, but fuck it, I don't know the first thing about
Not
him, man.
even remotely. Yep.
Not even a little bit.
Because those are
Dude, I
also
played...
those are also Mariners colors, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What is a
Mariners,
Mariner
Sounders,
again?
Seahawks, Krakens.
Yeah,
All
it's
Sounders,
it's the,
Seahawks,
it's the
Kraken?
baseball team,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Seattle
Baseball,
Mariners.
soccer, football, hockey, everything.
All our teams are those colors.
Seattle.
I know none of these things.
Yeah.
Just
It's
know that we have
Seattle,
the
though.
coolest hockey team name ever. All right.
What's the hockey teams?
The Kraken.
I mean,
Okay, that is a
fair.
cool one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I mean,
not-
that's as cool as like we're the unicorns. I mean, why are not more sports teams with like, mythical creature names?
Like
I-
the
I
Sounders, because they're
need-
Yes.
from the Sound.
I need a New York Griffins. I just need it. I need it to happen.
Okay, but Leviathan would be
thing.
pretty freaking cool too.
Yeah.
Come on,
Look,
man.
We could solve the whole Washington football team problem and just
there you
give them a
go.
better name.
Yes.
And imagine how much money they could make from rebranding and everybody needed to buy new shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
New
exactly.
merchants
I don't
in
know why they don't approach it as a solution, as a like, yeah.
Money making endeavor.
Yeah.
It's because people are assholes. That's why. All right. Well, I had a great time. Thank you for
So did I.
playing with me tonight, as well as breaching the church.
Reach.
Yeah, nobody's thrilled about our cliffhanger this week. Tim, damn it!
Yeah.
I didn't die by going first. Let's go.
The way you entered, if you had entered from the west, things would be a little different. But you entered from the south, so.
Yes, we did. Yes, we
And
did.
we're
And we
like
did that on
this
purpose.
close to Ned. This close.
Yeah, he's
I
right
I
around
just
the corner.
need 2 seconds. 2 seconds, and I can mollywop him. Just once, you know.
And you got 4 in mind. You can try it. I should make that note as well that you did take that joy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let me put that in my notes. Because I am an old man.
You are a human with shit going on. That's what you are.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Damn Skippy.
Alrighty. Well, now that that's
All right,
settled,
everyone.
we'll see you guys next week. You know, all things
Hopefully on the 8th.
sounding right. On the 8th.
Hopefully on
And
the
this is
8th.
great.
I will
Yep.
talk to my supervisor tomorrow.
Fantastic. Thank you guys again.
Cool.
Have a great night. See you next time.
All right, y'all.
Bye, y'all.